Hello, and welcome to Lamp and Light Devotion for 3/8/2024. Thank you for coming by. Today's devotion is entitled Growing Your Faith. Scripture references Matthew 9, verse 29. According to your faith, be it done to you. Faith needs a life of prayer for its full growth. In all the different parts of the spiritual life, there is a close union between unceasing action and reaction, so that each may be both cause and effect. Thus, it is with faith. There can be no true prayer without faith. Some measure of faith must precede prayer, and yet prayer is also the way to more faith. There can be no higher degree of faith except through much prayer. Nothing needs to grow as much as our faith. Your faith groweth exceedingly, is said of one church when Jesus spoke the words, according to your faith be it unto you. That's Matthew 9:29. He announced the law of the kingdom, which tells us that different people have different degrees of faith, that one person may have varying degrees, and that the amount of faith will always determine the amount of one's power and blessing. If we want to know where and how our faith is to grow, the Master points us to the throne of God. It is in prayer, exercising one's faith in fellowship with the living God. It is in prayer. Faith can only live by feeding on what is divine, on God Himself. It is the adoring worship of God, the waiting on Him and for Him in the deep silence of soul that yields itself for God to reveal Himself, that the capacity for knowing and trusting God will be developed. As we take His word from the blessed book and ask Him to speak it to us with His living, loving voice, the power to believe and receive the word as God's own word to us will emerge in us. It is in prayer, in living contract with God, in living faith, that faith will become strong in us. Many Christians cannot understand, nor do they feel the need of spending hours with God. But the Master says, and the experience of His people has confirmed, that men of strong faith are men of much prayer. This writing comes from Andrew Murray in his book, With Christ in the School of Prayer.